4 p.m., and you just realize that the report you've been putting off for some time now is due tomorrow. It's time to buckle down, open your computer, and then now, open your phone. Maybe catch up on your favorite YouTube channel? Actually, you should probably start preparing for dinner now, right? You usually like cooking, though it's hard to enjoy this with work hanging over your head. Well, actually, it's pretty late now, and you haven't walked the dog yet. You have a better idea of getting up really early in the morning to start this report. This is the cycle of procrastination. Don't worry, we have all been there. But why do we keep procrastinating even though we know it's bad for us? In this video, we are going to explore what Neanderthals and other prehistoric humans have to do with how we experience procrastination today, and what strategies you can use to break the cycle of this practice. So if you get value out of this video, hit the like button and subscribe. Now it is time to get into it. If you are anything like me, you can apply the word procrastination in different contexts and have a basic idea of what the word means. But what does procrastination actually mean? Procrastination is the act of delaying a task or set of tasks. Procrastination is a type of specific delay. After all, we sometimes delay a task for perfectly good reasons. You can't do everything at once. The act of procrastination in human beings has been around for centuries. Ancient Greek philosophers like Socrates and Aristotle developed a word to describe this type of behavior: akrasia. Akrasia is the state of acting against your better judgment. It is when you do one thing, even though you know you should do something else. So, whether you refer to it as procrastination or akrasia or something else, it is the force that prevents you from following through on what you set out to do. Okay, so we understand what the word means. But why do we procrastinate? What is it about the way our brains are wired that philosophers like Socrates and Aristotle created a word to describe this act? Research in behavioral psychology has revealed a phenomenon called time inconsistency, which helps explain why procrastination seems to pull us in despite our good intentions. Time inconsistency refers to the tendency of the human brain to value immediate rewards more highly than future rewards. This battle in the brain between immediate and future rewards dates back to prehistoric humans, when there was no such thing as smartphone or Instagram. The most important thing was immediate survival and trying to make sure there was enough food to eat. Fast forward to modern-day humans. You and me. Our brains are not that much different to these prehistoric humans. So when it's time to write that report due for tomorrow, we start to think of all the other things we can be doing instead, as that is tomorrow's problem, right? So instead of making it tomorrow's problem, how do we make it a problem today? As we discussed earlier in this video, our brains are wired in a certain way. So does that mean we can cure procrastination forever? Probably not, and that's probably an unrealistic expectation. You may be thinking, if we can't completely get rid of the sensation of procrastination, then what is the point? Hold on. This next section of the video, we are going to talk about taking ownership of your day and how to combat procrastination with 3 different strategies. Firstly, I personally don't subscribe to the idea that every waking minute of every waking hour of every waking day should be scheduled, planned, and critiqued to the nth degree. All it takes is the first step. James Clear, the author of the book Atomic Habits, talks about the 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. The idea is to make it as easy as possible to get started, and then trust that momentum will carry you further into the task after you begin. The key theme about this idea is to make the task as achievable as possible. Like the report we open this video with, the one you have been debating when to start. Wouldn't it be a better use of your time to break down into small sections that can be achieved relatively easily, which leads us to breaking down the steps. The author of the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey talks about starting with the end mind. This concept may be difficult to grasp at first, especially if you haven't started yet. But surely, you should have an idea of what this report or presentation should be like. Maybe it goes very in-depth about certain topics and has loads of fancy and sophisticated words that you have been waiting to use, or maybe it has those new cool graphs that you have been playing about with as well. Probably not. At this stage, the specific details are not important. They will gradually unravel themselves. Start with a basic framework with some core ideas of whatever you're procrastinating with and start achieving those manageable tasks. Set a standard for yourself. With the evolution of prehistoric humans up until modern humans today, the brain has valued immediate rewards. In prehistoric times, to obtain these immediate rewards, we would get it from resources such as food, shelter, and relationships. There were immediate consequences for failure in pursuit of these immediate rewards, like being eaten by a predator. Now, for the most part, we live in different times, where we get immediate rewards that our brains seek from outlets like social media and videos like this. Yes, I know. However, we don't necessarily get the immediate consequences of our actions. Instead, they lag and compound over time. Incorporating consequences for yourself can be a soundproof way to setting a standard for yourself. Setting a standard for yourself may look like only replying to your work emails twice a day, leaving you more time for work that actually matters. It may also look like only using social media apps from the afternoon onwards. Whatever it is, create a standard for yourself. Now, I know that we were only supposed to cover 3 strategies, but we have one bonus strategy that ties in perfectly with the concept of setting a standard for yourself. However, I want to make a quick comment on the idea of advice and what this section of the video is really about. Advice generally isn't a one-size-fits-all jumper. Some people may find all the strategies useful, and some may find just the one strategy useful to incorporate in their lives, and that is okay. Some people may think that the next strategy is actually a hassle, whereas others may love the idea, which leads us to the idea of accountability partners. Tell me a better way to set a standard for yourself. Leave a comment in the section below if you have a better way. Accountability partners can be a great way to set a standard for yourself, in which it is no longer yourself you made that promise to, but now it is also your manager, spouse, friend, parent, or whomever you chose that you made that promise to also. Now we will leave it there. Hopefully you got something valuable and actionable from this video. Comment down below your next steps. If you liked this, there is a link above for a video about understanding your mind. If you got value out of this video, click the like and subscribe button below. The Development Zone will see you in the next video.